As you all may have heard by now, the word on the street is our girl, Sha'Carri, has tested positive for a marijuana test that is making her doubtful for participating in Tokyo. According to this report, this what this does is basically disqualifies her Olympic trial runs, right? And if they stand with this would actually take her out of Tokyo's Olympics, which is horrible, man. Horrible. Because a lot of us have been waiting for sports to get back popping. You got a lot of sports fans out there who's been waiting for the Olympics to get back popping, especially track and field, because, just one of those things that, we look for every 4 years in the summer, right? And here we go. With in one of the most president times, you have records being broken, records that have been on the board for 10, 15 years. And these records are now have been in jeopardy or have already been broken, right? And so you have a lot of great, amazing American athletes who have put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and they're getting it in. One of the major ones is the 100 meters women's track and field. That is one of the most popular ones. And, for a while, you've always had very popular names such as Shelly Ann Fraser, Price, um, Blessing Okabre. Um, there's a few other names that I'm trying to remember off the top of my head right now. But, you know, again, these are, the times where America has been fighting, fighting, fighting to get some of our athletes to be, on the top of that list again, right? You know, at the end of the day, these are all beautiful women, all of our beautiful sisters. So love goes to all of them, no doubt. But this would have been definitely one of those years to be great to see if the Flo Joe's record can be contested. If I remember, I think Flo Joe's record is standing at like 1049, right? Something of that nature. And what we were seeing, and what we are seeing, because Shelly Ann has been putting up some great numbers, and she has been putting in work, work, and work. And so you had Sha'Carri, this young lady, come out of the woodworks, working all of her life, hitting the track, getting it in, and putting in her dedication to get to this point. All to now we have the situation where she's in one of the top contenders of being one of the greatest women of all time to run the 100 meters. To now for that dream to be put on halt, if not damaged. Um, because who knows what this can do to, her thought process, to her dedication, to her motivation, and all those things, right? But um, once again, this could be something that's very premature. It could be something that's just not very, uh, not hold much weight, and it just could be one of those things where, hey, this is one of those leaks, those leaks that comes out on athletes when they are in the spotlight for being the greatest of all time. It happens, it happens to the best of them. But once again, we're going to see as the weeks play out. I'm sure more news should pop out about what the details are and what the Olympic Committee plans on doing, and what the true details about the testing was and what the testing results is. So hopefully this is just one of those things where it is hot topic, because once again, you know, uh, United States women haven't held their crown in quite some time. And here it is. You have a young lady who is uh, very young, who is coming out of the blocks and is hungry, and was at that point of ready to make something happen, ready to make some changes. Uh, Being very competitive and bringing that gold back home to the United States. Um, but like I said once again, at the end of the day, these are all beautiful sisters that are running that track. And the same goes out to the brothers. The black men in suits. We always represent the brothers. Always. Um, so at the end of the day, it's not about the competition between our sisters, um, but just about the competition and about being able to see great competition at that. You know, no one wants to always see blowouts. No one wants to always see something going untested or someone uh, being uncontested. Although it's great to see the hype of that at times, like we've seen it with Usain Bolt. But it had got to a point where you know Bolt's competition was just it was non-existent. The same way with Michael Phelps. It had got to a point where the competition was just non-existent. So at some point, it get to a level where you just like, hey man, let's bring back the excitement. So I think the world was actually getting excited for the Olympics this year because you do have the wonderful ladies who have been putting in work and a lot of bigger names, a lot of older names, well named young women who have been doing that thing for years, have gotten great at their performance, great at their start outs. And but nonetheless, uh, the Olympics are going to be great. There's going to be a lot of records that are going to be contested, and it's going to be a great sight to see. But as it stands with Sha'Carri, it just comes at a bad time. Uh, it does make you wonder how, why, and why now. You get what I'm saying? And I know there's people out there that say, well, here's the reason why, woo woo woo, and we get that. Uh, but the point is, you know, when you're testing athletes, how are we getting to a point where if we have standards and regulations for athletes to standards for them to live up to, procedures, all those kind of things, why and how are we allowing them to put in their blood, sweat, and tears? And what I mean by that is competing in heats and competing in trials, all without conclusive results, right? Results that in these day and times, there is no legitimate reason why the testing isn't shouldn't be and couldn't be more prompt. So it's kind of like what happened. What is the details? Is she being attacked because she ran a heat or beat or won the finals, and then she went home and celebrated an hour after, and then you decided to test her 2 hours later. Uh, what is the circumstances behind it, and how ironic that this happens now. But we shall see. We shall see how it goes, and but hopefully, it doesn't affect the outcome for her participation. So absolutely, everybody. This one is one of those things that it don't sit right with you, right? But I hope. Let's just hope this is part of one of those things where the quote unquote sports politics is being at play, and it's hard to not stem towards that conspiracy theory aspect. But I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna keep this thought open for the next couple of days, and then I'm gonna drop another one. Um, and we'll go from there. But nonetheless, I hope this young lady is able to truly, um, once like I said, I hope this is not some kind of test either. I hope this is not some kind of punishment that is or trick that's being played on this young lady to manipulate her mind or um, mess with her about whatever kind of situation that may be going on. Um, but hopefully the powers that be, the authorization that be, uh, is able to continue to, you know, help this young lady pursue her dreams and uh, and let the real games begin. You know, uh, because the way I see it, if this whole idealism thing, if this whole aspect is about a positive marijuana test, then we got way bigger. We got some more issues to we got or not say issues, but we got some more. We got some more policies that we need to push, and we need to push it hard because at the end of the day, this will be downright ridiculous if this is the entire case. So once again, I I hope things work out in Sha'Carri's favor. I kind of hope this is a little bit of a publicity test or uh, some kind of uh, mind trick hoax. Kind of one of those things they do to get the other world nation athletes to think that, oh, Sha'Carri is going to go, and to get other nations kind of hyped up that they let their guards down, and then all of a sudden they got to prepare because because she's finally in it. Uh, but nonetheless, um, you know, kudos to all the women who have been doing a great job and are going to the Olympics, and we hope to see a great, great showcase this year. But Sha'Carri, I hope things work out for her, and I hope all of this just blows over because if it is weed, it's bullshit, it's bogus, and I just hope it all works out. But talk to you guys later, man.